Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast where we watch movies we've never seen. I'm one of your hosts, Betsy, and with me is my husband and co-host, Trent.
Hi.
Hi, Trent. So today, we are taking it back to 2006. We are watching The Devil Wears Prada. Because, my darling husband, you have not seen this movie.
No.
Why, Trent? Why?
I don't know. So, we were just having a conversation before the show, and it's really a wonder how few Meryl Streep movies I have seen.
For as prolific as she is.
Yeah, she's just got this reputation of, just being in everything.
Yep.
And she's nominated for
every
Oscars
year.
every year. If she's in a movie, she's nominated, usually.
That's the trope.
Yeah. So, I cannot remember the first one I saw of her, but it was probably since we've been together.
Really?
Yeah.
You made it all the way to your mid-20s without seeing a Meryl Streep movie.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? She's a treasure.
And I don't doubt that. And I've seen plenty of movies maybe not plenty, but I've seen movies with her, and she's been great.
The first movie I distinctly remember seeing Meryl Streep in was The River Wild in the mid-90s.
Okay.
It's Kevin Bacon, John C. Reilly. That was the first thing I ever saw John C. Reilly in.
Wow.
And I always forget his name. The guy from Good Night and Good Luck. The main dude.
Oh, God. I don't know his name. I know who you're talking about.
Strathern. Michael Strathern?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I could not tell you.
Anyway, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in it. And then the kid who was in Jurassic Park, the little boy plays her son.
Okay.
But I have this distinct memory that is my point of reference for knowing who Meryl Streep is.
Okay.
And of course, when we were kids, she was famous, but she wasn't Meryl Streep.
Right.
And she's only grown in that.
Yeah.
Just
she's become Meryl.
fandom.
When you say Meryl, you know exactly
right,
who you're
you
talking
do.
about.
Yeah. So why didn't you see The Devil Wears Prada, Trent? Because she was Meryl. This was kind of the start of that thing where it was like this year and then several consecutive after.
Yeah, like the worship started. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's this movie where maybe she broke out of whatever like typecast she was in, because isn't she like really known for these like down serious movies?
I mean,
maybe not like
look.
serious, but I mean like, Oscar bait and just serious acting movies. This is more of a dark comedy, is it not?
I don't know, Trent, you tell me.
Well, hey, I don't know. I don't have any defense as to why I haven't seen it. Now, I follow plenty of people that have seen this movie, and there are people like me who have a very varied movie history and taste, where they seem to love it. Guys my age love this movie for whatever reason, and I understand it's pretty good, all things considered. But what it's about, is she Satan? Is Meryl Satan? I don't know.
Okay, so this is one of those movies that exists on the internet. This is very much a lot of people our age.
A memeable movie?
I would say so. Or,
Okay.
people reference it a lot.
Okay.
So I feel like in passing, you've probably seen things about this.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of lines from it that are famous that I don't know that are from this movie.
Probably.
I know it. Well, so the other person in it is Anne Hathaway.
Correct.
Now, this is in her, I'm not a, teen star anymore. I'm becoming a serious actress.
Yes.
And I really like Anne Hathaway as an actress in everything. She's good in comedies. She's good in dramas.
She's game.
Yeah, she's down for whatever.
Some people really hate Anne Hathaway because she's so eager, but I think it's endearing.
Right.
Some people hate her, though, because she's just too much.
Oh, fuck that. She's great.
Do you know anyone else who's in this movie?
No.
Because I know there's at least two more.
I'm sure there's plenty
you
of
will
movies.
absolutely identify.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that I see that I know in this movie, but those are the only two that come to mind.
So you truly have no idea what this movie is actually about.
So it's Anne Hathaway, and she wants to work at a fashion designer company type thing.
Okay.
And maybe she sells her soul to the devil to get the job. Okay. I don't know.
You...
I'm just guessing. So just based on the title alone and the fact that like maybe Meryl Streep plays a bitch and she's like the head of the company or something, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. So that's my guess going into this.
So weirdly, after this amount of time, you actually you're going into this fairly blind.
I am.
All things considered.
Yes.
Well,
I know there's lots of fashion, like people wearing fancy clothes. I'm not into fancy clothes. I wear jeans and a t-shirt every day.
You work from home. You might be in sweatpants.
That's true. Now I work from home. I wear sweatpants some of the time. But even when I went to an office, I wore jeans and a t-shirt.
Yes.
Like every day.
You're not a glamorous human.
No, I never have been. I never will be.
I don't know. Maybe this movie will change you.
It won't. I guarantee it.
Well, let's go find out. We're going to go watch The Devil Wears Prada, and we will be right back. We're back. So we just watched The Devil Wears Prada. So Trent, she's not literally Satan. But what did you think?
Yeah, so I was very wrong.
You were more wrong than you've been in some cases.
Normally I've got a pretty good idea, and a lot of times I can just fucking nail it. This was not one of those times.
No. And frankly, I am shocked that after 16 years you were this
I know
unfamiliar
nothing.
with this movie.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, we're gonna go with Satan. Okay, we're gonna take the literal route.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. She is horrible. All of those people are horrible.
They
in their own way.
They are. They're very, very of the same ilk. They're all
in that world.
Right. And you kind of have to be, because you don't make it in fashion being like sweet and polite.
Yeah.
You have to be at least a little cutthroat at times.
I guess. I don't know.
So do you know who this person is based on? Because this is actually inspired by a real living human.
No, I don't.
Okay, so Anna Wintour is the editor-in-chief, and has been for a very long time, of Vogue.
Okay, I've probably seen her face.
Oh, you've absolutely seen her face. She's got a really blunt, blondish, brownish blonde.
Was she the one depicted in House of Gucci? When we watched that,
she might have been. Yeah, she
when
had
they were interviewing him at the very end of the movie.
Haircut and big sunglasses.
Yeah, she was depicted in that movie.
I think I called her out because I noticed her. Yes, she has looked like that forever. Yeah. That is her look. Yeah. She does not change her look, and she is
like
intense.
That?
Yeah. But, like Andy points it out, if she were a man, no one would bat an eye.
Sure.
But because she's a woman, everybody makes a big fuss about it. Mm-hmm. But yes, they made this movie based on her. And a lot of the things that happened in the making of this movie happened because people were concerned with what she would think of this movie. Namely, the costumes. They wanted real designer costumes for this movie, but they were concerned of what Anna Wintour would think of these, like, different people, including their designs in the film.
Okay. Oh, now I get it.
Yeah, because Anna Wintour would be able to identify, well, that's Chanel and that is Valentino.
And how dare you put this in this movie?
If she didn't like it, yes.
Right.
I don't actually know her opinion about this movie, but it is very clearly an adaptation of her persona.
Yeah.
So that's where this comes from. So this is based on a real person who is just sort of like no nonsense, wants it the way she wants it, and wants it now.
I mean, the word eccentric doesn't begin to describe this kind of person.
Oh, no, she's not eccentric. She is... There's so many words you could choose. I don't think eccentric could be one of them. She just has so many things going on and so much to worry about that she's just, no fucking, don't waste my fucking time. No nonsense.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. But she's also, her opinion is so valued that people just kowtow because she's right and has been right. Why would you argue with her? Shut up and do what she says.
I think I'm not going to try to just shit on fashion here.
Yep.
Because I don't know anything. I just don't.
Right.
And I think it's stupid. And that's just my opinion. I have no interest in fashion whatsoever. I can look at something on a runway, I can look at something in a fashion magazine, and I would say, okay, that's very unique. Mm-hmm. Why would anybody ever wear that in real life?
It's just like anything. It is, in a way, it is art. It is art in its own form.
And I can appreciate that.
And it's one of a kind.
I can appreciate that in of itself. But fashion in the form of artwork is one thing, but fashion as a thing to put on your body, as to go out and be fashionable, is a separate thing. Because everything is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
And what looks good to me will not look good to anybody in this world. So it's completely subjective. And so is all art. And I get that.
Right.
And like the whole this world is completely foreign to me.
Oh yes.
And you're much more in it than I am, because like you've watched all like the Project Runway stuff, and I appreciate that stuff for its creativity.
I like creative people being creative.
Absolutely.
I also like that it's all about self-expression, and people just don't give a fuck. Like, they will wear things because they like them and end up on the worst dress list. Who the fuck cares?
Sure.
It's all about whatever you like. Mm-hmm. But I think you and I also have the problem of where we live. If you dressed the way that these people dress in this movie, you would be ridiculed in the street.
You get your ass kicked.
Because nobody dresses like that here. It's so extra because everybody here is so casual that it feels uncomfortable to dress like that.
Like,
it's not that I don't have the desire. Yeah. It's not that I don't have that little itch that says put on that extra piece of whatever.
So Betsy and I like to travel. And we've only ever like traveled domestically, like together. The most exotic place we've been is just New York City. So we live in the largest city in this state, and there are no restaurants in this city where there's a dress code.
No.
Where you are required to wear long sleeves, to wear a suit jacket, to wear fancy shoes or anything of that nature. Mm-hmm. You can show up in fucking cutoffs and
we're trash.
A straw hat with a piece of straw coming out your mouth. You can look like hillbillies, and they will serve you anywhere because they'll take your money.
Yes,
but that's the thing. I would not be like, we went to like Chicago, someplace in Chicago. We walked up to the place and it said you have to be wearing like a suit jacket. You can't come in without a collared.
Kind of a dress.
You can't come in without a collared shirt if you're a man.
Something like that.
And I was wearing like maybe a button up. Like,
I don't remember. It was something really like specific.
Yeah, and we just happened to be there without thinking that, we might actually want to go to a place that had a dress code, because it doesn't even occur to me.
No. It's not something we've dealt with. Even when we go to like the closest surrounding cities, they don't have dress codes. We live in the Midwest, guys.
It's not a thing.
No.
And for people to not even consider that is it's very unique, I think. Mm-hmm. Now, anybody else who lives in a big city who would want to go out to a fancier restaurant that probably has, nothing on the menu less than $50 for a meal. $15
So
cocktails
expensive.
or whatever. Like this is very important to them for their image, for the restaurant's image. And you have to, have that kind of an air about you for them to even serve you.
Oh yeah, it's the whole
it's completely classist.
One thing feeding into another, because rich people just decided things were fancy. Like lobster used to be for poor people.
Yeah,
and then somebody came along and said, it's fancy now.
Yeah.
But we found a way to make it in the middle, and we invented Red Lobster. But yeah, I'm always fascinated by wealthy people and what they consider classy, because some of the fashion is bullshit. Or you've just bought into it because somebody told you to.
Right. And looking at, going back to the movie here, looking at how Andy dressed before she got this job, that's how people should dress.
That's how you work in an office.
That's practical.
Yeah.
I
hate her mules, though. Like, Miranda has a point. She doesn't say a word, but she looks at her and gives her that look where she's very dismissive and she's like, those shoes? Really? Yeah, they're square-toed mules. Ugh.
I've never heard the term mule before.
Well, that's what they were. And they're gross.
All right.
And Miranda was right.
And yes, I would agree with that portion of it.
The shoes
But
are
it doesn't
gross.
mean
The
that
rest
you
of the
gotta
outfit was
fucking wear
fine.
Jimmy Choos to the office.
I mean, if you're getting them for free.
Wearing them to an office, Betsy. You're
It's about the kind of office you're in, though, Trent.
You're going on the subway and wearing those.
Trent, not that long ago, my office, you would never wear jeans. Or you'd rarely wear jeans.
Yeah.
And only recently has that been something that changes.
Casual Friday.
Meanwhile, your office, people show up to work in jerseys and jeans.
True.
Even just around here, the kind of office you work in dictates how you dress.
And the office I used to work in, by the way.
Fair.
I work from home now, as we said.
You have no dress code in your office anymore.
So in the office I used to work in, basically the only rule was just don't show up wearing gym shorts and flip-flops and shit. Otherwise, I don't care what you wear, but on occasion we did have
you'd get a heads
VIPs coming in. You get a heads up and say, okay, all right, guys, it's business casual. Don't wear jeans. Don't wear a t-shirt. Come in with a collared shirt and just look presentable.
Put on a sweater, for God's sakes.
We've had U.S. senators come into our fucking office before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try. He wears a suit every day.
Right.
If I started wearing fancier clothes, I used to. I kind of played around with it a little bit.
Yeah,
at the
you've
beginning.
definitely upgraded your wardrobe.
Oh no, I downgraded
in recent years,
I
but now you've
downgraded.
kind of gotten to the point where you've reached your fuck it stage.
I got too comfortable and was like, I'm on my feet all fucking day.
Yeah.
The heels have been retired. I used to get dressed up and I'd wear 4-inch heels and prance about the place. Okay, I never pranced, but
You galloped.
Sure, yes. Clop, clop, clop. Yeah, but if I did it now, I'd feel very uncomfortable. It would feel like not
You're
in my
putting
own
on
skin.
a show. Yeah.
It draws attention to me. Even if I just get a new sweater and somebody's like, oh, look at you in your new sweater. It's like, oh God, stop looking at me.
Right. You're not doing it to stand out. You're just doing it to, feel more professional.
So yes, in this office, for them all to be wearing designer fashions, it is a reflection of the person they work for and the business they work in.
Yeah.
If you are working for the top fashion magazine, you've got to present. So it makes sense. But let's go ahead and talk about the actual movie and stuff. So we meet Andy.
Yeah.
And she is, fresh out of college, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't really say. Maybe a couple of
She went to Northwestern.
Yep.
I think she probably graduated from Northwestern, it's a big school of journalism, I think she went to school for.
Yep. And she's in New York and can't get a job, and somehow or another finds out about this assistant position.
Yeah, she wants to work as a writer in some capacity.
Right. But this is basically the kind of job, if you get this job and work around, it's a glorified internship is what it is.
She's a gopher.
Yeah, she is getting coffee and skirts and scarves and dry cleaning.
Basically go around Fifth Avenue and pick up
Get what I say.
Pick up garments from places for me to sample, basically. Yep. And on the way back, shine my shoes and rock my dog and get me a coffee.
Yep.
Things like that.
Get my lunch. Yeah. Get my dry cleaning.
Right.
Write this down.
Yeah.
And she makes an impression,
somehow,
unquote, dumpy as she is.
Right.
Like, oh God, the fat girl. She's a 6, guys. Come on. That's the running gag. Is she's so hideous? Right. Anne Hathaway.
It's fucking Anne Hathaway.
Monster.
What the hell?
But yeah,
she's probably my number 2 on my list, Betsy.
Oh my God, things are being revealed tonight that I did not know until now. But yes, she shows up and meets her first assistant, Miranda's first assistant, Emily.
Emily, played by Emily Blunt.
And this was Emily Blunt's big break.
It was, really.
This was the first thing people, noticed her for. And for good reason, because she's amazing in this movie.
Okay, now something else makes sense.
Okay.
She was in The Muppets as pretty much the same thing for Miss Piggy at her fashion magazine.
Indeed, she was.
I never got that
now
until
you understand.
now.
Yes. Yes, and actually, here's a fun fact about this movie. Do you know who Emily Blunt's brother-in-law is?
No.
Her brother-in-law is Stanley Tucci.
No shit.
Because they met on this movie, and then she introduced him to her older sister, and they are now married.
I had no idea.
Yep, but they met on this movie. So there you go. And so, of course, Stanley Tucci is in this.
Yeah, he's basically like an editor.
I don't know what he is.
Like what his official title is. I don't think they reveal that.
Not really.
I would call him an editor because he's just kind of
contributing editor, a go-to guy.
Yeah. In the world of publishing, I think that's what his title would be.
Probably. And then who else is in this movie? You've got Adrian Grenier. What's his name? Her boyfriend, the guy from Entourage.
Yeah, the Entourage kid.
The Entourage kid. So yeah, there's kind of a hodgepodge of actors in this movie, early aughts people.
Yeah.
But yes, Andy falls into this job. She somehow lands it, despite her best efforts.
Right, and she proceeds to basically have the same, first week jitters that anybody would have in any job.
I hate the first week of a job because everyone around you knows exactly what they're doing, and you're the schmuck in the corner.
You wish for nothing more than to be able to speak the language of everybody else.
Whatever the job is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. There's not been one job I've ever had where the first week I didn't feel like, what the hell am I doing here? I'm a schmuck.
As we are recording this, it is my 11-year anniversary of the job I've had.
Today?
Today, yes.
Well, congratulations, Trent.
Thank you. What I have always told people, new people coming around me, is yes, pay attention to the training. That's all well and important. But the most important thing is to listen. Listen to how other people talk. Learn the lingo. Learn how people talk to other people and which people they're talking to when they say it. Mm-hmm. So that would apply to any job, I think.
You can get away with talking that way to this person, but not that person.
Exactly. Learn what you can and cannot get away with, and what the tone that you're taking, how that applies to different people.
Oh, you mean if you answer the phone and ask somebody how they spell Gabbana?
Right.
As in Dolce and Gabbana?
Yes.
That's maybe a bad thing to do.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Do you have Demarchier? Have you confirmed? There's a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a whole lot of just supercuts. Like the first time Meryl shows up, there's like, oh my God, she's coming. Oh my God. And everybody's
brace yourselves.
Frantically.
She's coming in early.
Gird your loins is the line.
Right.
Everybody's frantically kicking their ugly shoes away and cleaning up their desks and throwing away their garbage and preparing themselves. And she just rattles off this massive list that's running through her head that she's just been remembering and saving for her assistant.
Right.
I need you to call this person and I need you to do this and then I need you to pick this up and tell them no and tell them yes. But these people, they need to go over here and do this and do this and do this and do this. Yeah. And
what was that restaurant with the fish?
And then the line about the paratroopers. Is it impossible to find a lovely, slender paratrooper?
Yeah, because they're doing an article about some like female paratroopers, and apparently they were all homely.
Apparently.
And they can't put them in the magazine.
God.
They can't put them in the magazine.
They're
without
monsters. What are we gonna do? Yeah, and then there's a whole lot of just people telling Andy to her face that she has no sense of fashion and she's too fat and disgusting.
In so many words, they just call her a hideous beast.
Yes.
You know?
You lumbering moron, what are you even doing here?
Right.
Do you even know?
Yeah.
But her job is to answer the phone and never leave the desk. Emily explains their jobs because they're different. They have different jobs. And Emily gets to go to Paris and she sits at the desk.
Right.
That's
and as soon as she brings that up, I know that Andy is going to end up going to Paris.
Of course.
As soon as I said that, I there was something. It was another moment in the movie, but it was when what's his face showed up at the gallery.
Christian.
Yeah, and I said, okay, this thing is about to happen, right? And then it happens. It's like, I've seen movies before.
Yes, there are some moments in this movie that are a little predictable.
Yeah, you don't say it unless you're going to bring it up again.
Yes. It's important to know that Emily wants to go to Paris.
She really wants to go to Paris.
Yes. Not to be confused with the show Emily in Paris. Different things. But yeah, Miranda is just an insane character. There's the book.
Yeah.
The book is very important. It's a mock-up of the issue that they're doing for that month.
It's like the daily book. It's like dailies from a film set. Yeah. It's just you
this
have
is
to.
where it is for the month.
Yeah, this is where it is for the day.
Yep.
So she brings it over, I guess, every night.
Every night.
And she has to go over and make notes about every single thing. And
right.
It's blah, blah, blah.
And she decides on the fly that this entire issue sucks and I'm doing a completely different issue.
Right.
We're
going to scrap it.
So yeah, move it all up because we're doing it now.
Yeah.
You know, they move up the viewing 30 minutes, which means she's going to get there early, which means you're all already late.
Yeah.
And then we get the scene where they're looking for a belt and Emily refers to fashion as this stuff.
And I think this scene is probably one of the more important ones. For a lot of reasons. Number one, it's funny.
Oh, she obliterates her.
Yes.
She is destroyed and melted to nothingness.
Where Miranda just proceeds to explain the entire fashion industry.
Yes.
In that, okay, the color that you're wearing, it's not blue, it's not navy, it's not this, it's not that, it's this. And people had to slave away in order to create that color.
Someone had the idea first.
And it created this many jobs. And back when the color was conceived by the designer, they made an entire line out of this particular color.
Cerulean.
Yeah. So from that product line, it basically went down the hill to eventually be put into like a department store JCPenney catalog or whatever the fuck it is. Get all the way down the line years and years later, after it's already been at Fashion Week, it's been in designer magazines.
It's over now.
And it's completely over, and some schmuck down the street can buy it for $5 in the clearance rack.
Right. Yeah. They do this also in, you didn't watch it, but the Halston TV show that was just on Netflix a couple months ago.
Okay.
He has a business partner who keeps trying to get him to design jeans. It's the 70s. Everybody wants jeans now. That's the thing. Wear jeans. Design some fucking jeans. He's telling him jeans are in right now and Halston doesn't want to do it. Okay. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it because I'm Halston and I don't do jeans. And finally he gets like too coked out of his mind and it's months or years later and he finally says, okay, I'll do the jeans now. Yeah. But it's too fucking late. No one wants the jeans. There's a window.
Yeah.
It's oversaturated the market now. And that's what happened. So in 2002, somebody decided to make a blue collection.
Yeah.
And then everybody starts using it because that's what's in. But that's the thing about fashion. One day you're in, the next day you're out. That's from Project Runway. That's the thing that they say on the show. Heidi Klum.
Cameo.
She's not in this. Oh, no, she is in this.
Yes, she is.
She's in the background.
Yes.
She doesn't have any lines.
She's credited as herself.
She's in the background and she doesn't have any lines.
Correct.
So I
but
forgot.
That is absolutely
Yes.
Heidi.
You know who else is in this movie? Giselle.
Giselle actually has some lines.
You know why? Because they were looking for models to be in this movie, and she agreed to do it on the single condition she didn't have to play a model.
Oh, jeez.
So she doesn't play a model in this. She's just somebody who works there.
Well, and that might have something to do with all the contracts that she has.
No, she literally just didn't want to play a model. She could have just played herself.
Oh, okay.
Who the hell cares?
I don't know. Maybe she has some kind of weird thing. Like she's like...
She does have a weird thing. It's called Tom Brady.
Well, that's a completely separate podcast, Betsy. We're not talking about that today. Yeah, so this scene goes on, and she basically realizes, oh, I'm stupid. When it comes to this kind of thing, I think everything is funny, and I'm just there to do a job, and that's about it. I don't have to conform. I don't have to understand it. I'm just gonna be the glorified gopher and keep on getting paid. But in reality, if she wants to keep this job, she's got to commit.
You have to be serious about your job.
Yeah.
At a job like this.
You do, and it is expected of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with that about what is going on there, but if I was in that position and I wanted to keep that job, then yeah, you kind of have to do more.
Well, they keep saying this is the job a million girls would kill for.
Sure.
Because it's their ticket. It's their way in. They get to be around all of this.
Yeah.
And it's their dream. Like they want to be a model. They want to be a designer. They want to be in fashion.
Yeah.
That's the dream. And Andy don't care.
Right.
And literally later in the movie, Stanley Tucci's character is like, "Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
You poor little baby."
Yeah. She yelled
So
at you.
quit.
Yeah, she yelled at you. Okay, well, I guess you're not cut out for this.
Yeah. No, she's given impossible tasks by Miranda, like, get me out of Miami during a hurricane.
Right.
And when she fails, she's like, you're a disappointment to me.
Right.
No reasonable human being is going to do that.
Yeah.
But for the sake of the movie,
Right.
It's very effective to show she just wants what she wants when she wants it. Is that so much to ask?
And she's used to getting it all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, she gets berated for failing, and she failed, but what could she have done?
Yeah.
So she then decides to make an effort.
Yeah.
Because Nigel tells her, shut up. Shut up. You're being a whiny little baby, and no one cares, and you don't care about this. So many other people do. If you don't care, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And he has a point. A lot of these people have very valid points.
It's true. But that doesn't excuse a toxic work environment, Betsy.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Trent. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's that thing where you get to be close to it, but you will suffer. You will suffer for your passion.
Right, and not only that, but your life will suffer as well.
Yeah.
Now, we'll get into it here, but the whole work-life balance thing, the two of us have had issues with such a thing in our own lives.
From time to time.
Yeah. And there has to be some kind of cutoff.
You have to draw a line.
There are boundaries. How many more metaphors can we make? But yes, you have to draw that line somewhere, unless you're just going to be married to your job and you're committed to that job and that career.
Yeah, like Emily in this movie, that's what she wants.
Right.
She was the second assistant, but now she is the first assistant, and my God, I'm not giving that up.
Right, and she's letting everything else go, and she's pushing everybody else away. And that sucks.
Right. Well, they have the scene with she meets up with her friends and gives them all this free shit. Because
that is like tens of thousands of dollars in a bag.
Because people just give it to Miranda.
Right.
And she doesn't want it because to her it's tacky garbage. And
to somebody, some schmuck off the street, it's like gold.
$1,900 purse she just gives to her friend.
Yeah.
But then Miranda calls and they all steal her phone and won't give it back to her.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dick move. You can't do that. I know she's too uptight, but don't steal someone's phone. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's just...
Give them shit after they're off the call.
Right. or be obnoxious while they're on the call and just be like making faces or like, you know, flash a little boob or something inappropriate. Maybe not in the middle of a restaurant in New York, but but you get my point. Like her friends are not understanding what's happening to her. And this is kind of the question I was trying to develop in my head, because I watched this movie when I was about this age. I was, you know, in college when this came out.
Yeah.
And when I watched it the first time, and I think a lot of people think this too, that Andy is the hero and none of these other people understand her. And just because she likes her job, you know, that doesn't mean her friends need to be assholes. That's like the 22-year-old perspective. Watching it now, it's like, you really need to change your perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure out where that line is, though, because it's like, I understand working too much. I do. I understand the desire to please. I understand wanting to get ahead of you in your career. And she keeps saying, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice.
Bullshit.
So it's just, I don't know how much of this is her being abused and her being the abuser of other people.
Yeah. Because she's like taking all of that into herself.
Yeah.
Like, by putting on those clothes, by acting that way, by caring so much about this stuff, she's abandoning a lot of the other principles that she had. Even Nate, her boyfriend, says, you used to make fun of the model chicks and the skinny bitches and whatever else.
You had some integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to be pretty and dress up, sure, but do it with integrity.
Right. He said you could be on a stripper pole somewhere, but as long as you own it and you know what you're doing and you're happy with it, that's a different story. Right here, you're doing it because of the way it makes you feel and how other people validate you.
Right.
But at the same time, you're pushing away all of the rest of us, and you kind of are acting like you're better than them. Mm-hmm. That sucks. And I wish they would have explored that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, focused more on how the friends were feeling, because you don't really get a lot of it.
You get a little bit. You get enough to know her friends are not happy with
They're
her
disapproving.
Current, her current situation. So this is another one of those things on the internet. So we get some scenes. So her boyfriend is semi-successful. He works at a restaurant.
He's a chef.
Some kind of a chef.
Yeah.
And he, you know, is doing all right in his own way. They live together.
Yeah.
And she gets this job, and he's like, okay, whatever, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
you got a job, you're paying the rent.
She does the thing that girlfriends and boyfriends do when they come home from a hard day. They bitch about it. And he's just like, so quit. And she says, no, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, I also understand that desire. Like, nah, fuck you.
No.
You leave.
Right.
No, I'm staying. So he's relatively supportive at the beginning, but he thinks it's just a job.
Sure.
And then at some point, it's the tipping point where he stops being supportive. And the internet argument is, he is bad boyfriend. Is he a bad boyfriend, or is he justified in being pissed off at her all the time? Do these two actually belong together?
Ooh.
Because if you ask me, the few scenes they have together, it's kind of like, this is like the kind of person you date when you're leaving college, but this isn't gonna last.
I mean, I would agree with that portion of it. Yes. Yes.
They're young, both trying to start their careers, and they both want pretty high-profile careers for what they've chosen.
I get that, but you can also be supportive of each other at the same time. Mm-hmm. You can be. And I think the portion that we see is her evolving into whatever she's going to become. He's kind of doing the same thing he's always been doing, and not changing the way he's acting or what he's doing or how he's behaving. She is. Mm-hmm. And now if you, Betsy, were to get a completely different job, and you would be jet setting around the world, and you would be making all this money, and I'm hoping that you can make all this money. And Betsy, why don't you get a different job?
Just to make money, because that's what it's all about. And power and fashion.
No, I'm kidding. But if you were to get this new job and completely change how you're behaving around me and basically changing the nature of our relationship.
Okay, but let me...
Without having that conversation first. Because I don't think they're really communicating here. That's the real problem. That's what I was
trying to figure out, because when you see them together, is she actually acting any differently around him? Because I don't think she is. She's very apologetic. She's trying to talk to him. He doesn't really want to talk to her. Every time she tries to say sorry, he's all butthurt and hides in the bedroom.
I don't know about that. I think it's more she is becoming more distant and not really being able to spend any time with him. And I think she regrets that.
Right.
She doesn't want to have to do all this stuff, but she can't say no.
That's the thing. There's a whole lot of stuff about choice in this movie. Like, you didn't have a choice. You didn't have a choice. It's that fine balance when you are trying to get a career.
Yeah.
What if she had said no? She would have been fired.
Yeah.
In all likelihood.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to lose her job.
Right.
So you're put in an impossible position.
Yeah. She is on an upward trajectory from the moment she walks in the door. She starts out at the ground level and she keeps on going up, 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 up.
Yeah.
Now,
to keep doing that, she has to say yes.
At any point, if she were to plateau and stop going up, she's done. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't realize that until she's in the car after the whole Paris thing.
She already realizes what a bitch she's become.
Yeah. And she realizes, oh, I would have never done that if I were you. And you think that I'm like you? Oh, God, I never want to be on anything like you. Mm-hmm. So I'm quitting now.
Yep. She doesn't even say it. She just does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm coming from here when it comes to those two. She has to continue to say yes until she realizes that she's just become a monster to a point.
Someone she doesn't like, certainly.
Right. So I get his being dismissive of the entire thing because what she has become has dampened their relationship. And he could sit back and enjoy her success, support her along the way, but at the same time, say the things that you're thinking. Say, hey, you're spending a lot of time at this job. I'm glad that you're happy doing this. I'm glad that you're making this money, and I'm glad you're being successful. However, I feel like I'm being left behind in this relationship.
Yeah.
And you're coming home every night. I never see you anymore. What is this thing? At that point, you have that conversation. But in the end, it just kind of blows up.
If those conversations were happening, we didn't get to see them in the movie.
No. And I think them actually breaking up is a good thing if she wants to continue on that trajectory. But she fucks up and, it is what it is. Right.
So the other thing about it is, at the end of the movie, he's like, oh, I got a job in Boston.
Uh-huh.
And then he seems to suggest, like...
they're going to have a long distance relationship.
We're going to get back together. It's like, why?
No.
I honestly think that you guys are at a point in your lives that you maybe need to explore who you are as an adult.
That right there is a comfort thing for him.
Yeah.
He just kind of wants that comfortability with her more than anything else.
Like, she just got a job in New York. You're getting a job in Boston.
Uh-huh.
Let's maybe consider this for a minute.
Uh-huh. It's like, all right, that's not going to happen, but okay, fine, you're being a nice guy.
Right. But yeah, there's kind of a lot of stuff that happens in between. We sort of jumped from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, we're not going to go through the whole thing.
No, so like Simon Baker is in this.
Oh, God.
Who's an author that she loves, and he just shows up with his scarves and flirtation.
Fucking stalker douche.
And again, I think there's a... when you're younger, it's like, oh, he's so suave and so different from her lazy boyfriend. Mm-hmm. But then he's a piece of trash.
I yelled at the screen, boo!
When they started kissing, you're like, no!
Yeah, when they fucking hooked up on the light pole and then ended up together, like, no, that sucks. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, and I mean, she's technically broken up, so she didn't...
We're taking a break.
Like, yeah, it's like weird.
Whatever, they're not married.
But he's also trash because he's, just as cutthroat as everybody else in this business.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time he shows up to do her a solid, he remembers. Like getting her the next Harry Potter book that has not yet been published.
Unpublished Harry Potter book.
That is the most convoluted plot device I think I've ever seen in a movie. That's not possible. Like, you could ask for that. Mm-hmm. No one would ever deliver that to you.
No.
Not a soul. I don't care if you know somebody who's doing the artwork. I don't care if you work for the publisher.
Mm-hmm.
You would be sued so quickly.
Uh-huh.
You would never work again in your life. And it's fun for the movie, but let's be real.
If there's anything unrealistic in this movie, it's that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, there was one line in the movie that you laughed at that you're like, I think I've heard that before. And it's when Emily says, I'm on this new diet. I don't eat anything. And when I feel like I'm about to faint, I eat a cube of cheese.
Yes, I don't know in what context you've said that, but I know I've heard it before.
I have said this many times because it is the dumbest diet I've ever heard of. And a couple of my coworkers and I always used to joke about the cube of cheese diet. It's like, oh, I'm on this new it's the cube of cheese diet, and they all know what I'm talking about. Oh, what else can we talk about that's important? There's like another editor. There's Jacqueline, the editor of French Vogue, and there's a whole storyline where she's gonna come in and get Miranda's getting shoved out as the editor-in-chief, and Jacqueline is going to be new and fashionable.
But then Miranda beats her to the punch and says, okay, we're going to shove this other person out, and it's just completely cutthroat in order to retain her power.
Yeah, she knows exactly what's happening, and she moves whatever chess pieces she needs and threatens the people she needs to, and she gets to keep her position.
And Stanley Tucci's character, Nigel, gets screwed in the process.
Yes, because he was finally going to cash out and be his own boss again.
Right. And he seems so deflated and defeated. At that point, I really felt sorry for the character.
But he also just kind of bites his lip and keeps on.
It's like, I'll get mine eventually. No, you won't.
She'll pay me back when the time is right.
No, she won't.
But that's what happens when you are doing what Andy is doing for 18 years. You just say, I'm going to get my time. It's coming for me. Yeah. I'm enduring all of this abuse because I'm going to get good karma eventually.
No.
No. No, sweet thing.
And that's really what comes from the whole, like, hero worship thing. Like, come on, guys. I always say it. Don't meet your heroes. Especially don't work for your heroes.
No.
Never do that.
That's a bad idea.
Never do that. In fact, don't have heroes. That's my lesson of the day.
Everyone sucks, and just deal with it.
Yeah.
But speaking of people who suck or don't suck, so there's one scene in this movie I wanted to bring out in particular because, again, it's Meryl Streep. We must talk more about Meryl.
Fine.
If this is a podcast where we're talking about a movie with Meryl, we must talk about Meryl.
Talk about Meryl, Betsy.
So there's a scene in Paris where Andy goes to her hotel room, and she is in a bathrobe.
Yes.
And barefoot and wearing no makeup.
Yes.
And the reason is she's gotten off the phone with her husband and they are getting divorced.
Yep.
And this is her big speech about, I can take it. I can take what the press is going to do to me.
I don't care what they write about me.
But I don't want my kids to go through this again.
Yeah.
Because this is apparently not the first time they've been through divorce. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard. And she turns it on for a minute, and then it goes away.
Yeah, she opens up and starts sharing for a split second. Mm-hmm. And you think that maybe Andy is going to become a friend and not just an employee or an assistant or whatever. Like, she could actually help her boss.
It's a human moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's very fleeting. It goes away, and Andy asks, what else can I do? Do your job.
Yep.
That's what you're here for. You're not here to be my friend. I don't want you to be my friend. Nobody's my friend.
Yep. I can cancel your evening if you want. Don't be silly. Don't shut up. Like,
Yeah.
I've got to
Why do you think I'm here? I'm in Paris. Let's do this thing.
This is my job. I ain't got time to sit on the couch being sad.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it when we get back to New York. But right now it's time to work.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are all reasons that Meryl got nominated for an Academy Award for this role.
Sure.
If you were not aware, she did get nominated for this. Okay?
I was not aware.
And I was thinking about this, and this is like the start. This is the stretch, and I was kind of running through it in my head. I haven't looked this up, but this is what I remember.
All right.
2005, she got nominated for Doubt. 2006, she got nominated for The Devil Wears Prada. She got nominated for Mamma Mia. She got nominated for The Iron Lady. I think she got nominated for Nikki and the Flash.
I don't even know what that is.
She got nominated for It's Complicated. All of that is like back to back this time frame. Like boom, boom, boom. She got nominated like
Julia,
7 years in a row.
Julia was in there.
Yep, Julie and Julia.
Yep.
Also with Stanley Tucci. He
God.
plays her husband in that.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. They were reunited. So yeah, it was just boom, 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 boom. And this is kind of the firestorm that kicked it off. Like, Doubt got her some attention, but this made her famous.
This is a mainstream movie, though.
Yeah.
None of those other ones that you're talking about are anything
Those are
that...
Academy bait.
Yeah, those are all movies that you're actually going to go and see if you're going to watch Oscar movies. Devil Wears Prada is a mainstream movie that you would go to and I would go to.
I did go see this.
And your friends would go to.
Yep.
Who don't give a shit about Oscar movies.
No.
You know?
But that was the thing. She crossed over.
Yeah, she did the Shania Twain thing. It's like, I'm done with this country bullshit. I'm going to go over to pop music and hit it big.
Except she didn't, because then she won another Oscar.
It's true.
She's got nominated more than she won, but she did win one.
Maybe I should make that Taylor Swift comparison, a more contemporary comparison.
There you go. For you young people who are
Yes.
too young to know who Shania Twain is,
Yes.
I know you exist because the TikTok generation is just finding out about Celine Dion, and I'm disgusted by that. You're monsters. All of you. Your parents have failed you. No, you know what? You're not monsters. Your parents are monsters. They have done you wrong. But yeah, I was thinking about that while we were watching it. This was kind of the launch where it was just like year after year after year. This was in the streak.
Yeah, when she became Meryl.
Single word. She don't need no last name. Another thing I wanted to bring up about this movie, and I commented on it at the beginning and it didn't click with you. This movie, I forgot, is written by Aileen Brosh McKenna, who co-created Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That's who that is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she created Crazy Ex-Girlfriend with Rachel Bloom.
I'll be damned. Okay.
So she did this one, and this kind of was her big thing. And she's done a lot of other projects I'm sure people have probably heard of, but not quite to this well-known magnitude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I went, oh yeah!
Okay. All right. That's 2 episodes in a row we've mentioned Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
I think we should go for like 6. I think we could do it. I'll find some way to tie it together. I love talking about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Is that our new Star Wars reference?
We haven't made one in a while, Trent.
You think so, but we actually have.
Have we?
Yes.
Can you find one for this episode?
No.
I'll bet you could if you tried. Do or do not. There is no try. I did it. Yeah, so we get to see Meryl Streep being kind of a monster of a human, but also just fire. Absolute fire to watch. And you get Emily Blunt being just cheeky and wonderful, and you get Stanley Tucci being extra, and you get Simon Baker being Simon Baker.
That's pretty much what he plays.
Pretty much.
He's very typecast.
He has a certain skill set,
Yeah.
and he flourishes within it, but don't give him anything else to do.
Yeah, no.
I don't think he could handle it.
Yeah.
I've never seen him as anything else.
Yep.
Yeah, and then, Andy sees the error of her ways, she quits, and then she makes eye contact across the street, and Miranda just smiles a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. She has a little smile, and then goes right back into, fuck off, I got things to do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And you know what? in normal life, I wouldn't have any time for people like that at all. And I probably wouldn't give them the time of day because I just think that they're just, they think that their shit don't stink. You know, that kind of an attitude. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, I can't deal with you.
No, they're also, it's that thing where they are smarter than you about the thing they know. Like, you can't put that person in a different situation and have them react the same way.
No.
But this is their ball court.
Yeah.
You don't belong here. Mm-hmm. You're a little person. Mm-hmm. Shh. Just shh.
Yeah.
Just shh.
Yeah, and I would never go to them and say, you know, I know more than you about this topic.
Yeah.
But and really what I wish that we would have gotten is more of the human moments. So when Andy went over to the house the first time to drop off the book, the kids are there. And the twin girls.
The mischievous redheads.
Yeah. And they show up and start like fucking with Andy, and she goes upstairs, and that's where her and her husband are having an argument about the fact that he was at the restaurant waiting for her yet again, where she is the one being way too busy for her personal life, for her family, for everything. And that is a vision of what is to come for Andy if she continues down this path. Possibly. And they don't really address that. They don't really address the issues that Miranda actually has in her personal life, except for that scene and the scene of her on the couch.
Yep, it's all hidden behind the veil.
Yeah. And I kind of was hoping and expecting that they were going to let the veil down, let her actually be a human. But no, she's the devil the entire time.
Yeah?
And there's really no redeeming qualities about that either.
But here's the thing, again, it's that same argument. You can take very different opinions. You could take a very different stance on a lot of things about this movie. You could just say her character is awful. She is an awful human being, and she is a monster, and she deserves bad things to happen to her. You can also say...
And I would not say that.
You could also say... She is amazing at her job. She is respected and powerful, and she has a problematic home life.
Sure.
And there's going to be two camps. Same thing with like Andy and her boyfriend. Like Andy is trash and deserves what she gets. Andy's amazing and her stupid boyfriend doesn't understand her. It's all going to be a matter
as if
of perspective.
Life is complicated.
Life is complicated, Trent. That is true. Well, do you have any other thoughts, anything we didn't specifically touch on about this here movie, this Devil Wears Prada?
I don't think so, Betsy. I think we covered most everything here. I enjoyed the movie, regardless of what I said about the terrible nature of it. No, she's not terrible. She's just difficult. And being difficult doesn't mean you're a bad person. You just may not have a lot of friends.
No, but the people you do have are fucking loyal as hell.
Absolutely.
Which is why the people closest to her will just stick with her even when they get screwed.
Yeah.
Because somebody has to.
Right. And she even proves it by having that piece of paper with all the names on it of people that would leave with her if she's pushed out.
All she has to do is say the word.
Say the word and they'll follow. Yeah. To whatever ends.
That says she's not all bad. She has redeeming qualities.
Yeah, and we only see this one moment in time with her. We don't really see like bad times. Like things are very, very good for them right now. Mm-hmm. So you don't know if she's like helped people out in the past. You don't know what she would do if Emily got hit by a car. She never went to visit her, so maybe she paid for her medical bills because she was doing it on her.
She got hit by a car because she was running her errands.
She was running her errands, exactly, yeah. So we didn't really talk about that portion of it. But yeah, I mean, yes, this is a good movie. I enjoyed it. But there's a lot of serious things to go along with it. I like the relationships. I like the story. It's funny. I laughed a lot.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
Yeah, and I mean...
sometimes they go too far because it's just like, wow, you guys really have some body dysmorphia things and need to stop taking it out on other people.
Hey, you're size 2. Congrats. What?
I'm down to a 4. It's okay, Auntie. Be a 6. It's still quite slim.
Yeah. You're Anne Hathaway, by the way.
Yes. You're also Anne Hathaway.
Good God. Good God.
Yeah. Life could be worse for you.
Yes.
Love yourselves, everybody.
Yes.
Tall or small, fat or thin, love yourselves. Just do it, you guys.
Go for it. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
You're good.
All right. That's the end of our thoughts on this movie. Let's read an email, shall we?
Let's do that.
Mitch from Saskatoon is back with an email saying, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. I just wanted to say congratulations on your fantastic 2021. This podcast has really helped my understanding of movies and has certainly given me good suggestions.
Yay!
The best byproduct of your podcast has recently been motivated to watch Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on Peacock. Such a fantastic movie I had never seen, and I wouldn't have wanted to see it if you wouldn't have kept mentioning it all those times.
We've made a convert!
Yay! Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie because, hey, it's the best video game movie that isn't based on a video game. Right. Because it's that kind of geek culture that I'm into, that it has that kind of language about it that not everybody can actually understand.
And if I've never said it to you, or maybe I've said it many times, I saw that movie before we were together and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And it took
me explaining to you why this movie's awesome.
Explaining it, just watching you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Gave me moments to enjoy. And so I viewed it differently. Mm-hmm. And now we have a bond. It was a bonding thing. It
was. That and Tenacious D.
Sure.
Continuing on with Mitch. I did have a question to go along with your It's a Wonderful Life episode. You mentioned the Hays era of movies, and I got curious as I wasn't sure what it was. Would you mind elaborating more and where you have noticed it really taking place in your viewing of movies? Is it true that Some Like It Hot would be the turning point of that era? I will hang up now and listen to your response. Keep 2022 awesome, from Mitch.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks for the question, Mitch.
So yeah, the Hays Code. I was reading up a little bit about the specifics after we had that conversation the other day.
Yeah.
And it was sort of triggered by, there was a whole lot of controversies happening in Hollywood. Like some stars were accused of some very unpleasant things, and the images of those individuals on screen kind of made things a little bit weird. And they were making really risque movies. Like if you go back to like the 1920s, the teens and 20s, there's some stuff that you would be amazed exists on film that long ago.
Yeah.
Because people were people. You have this idea that the golden age of Hollywood was squeaky clean and no one swore. Look on YouTube for old Hollywood bloopers. You can watch people like Bette Davis and Jimmy Stewart and all these old movie stars saying, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Like they're swearing because they're humans that did that and they were filming and they just kept the footage.
Yeah.
It exists. But
the old 1950s of squeaky clean, black and white,
it's not
white
real.
picket fence, that's complete bullshit.
That's the Hays Code.
It's created by this, I guess, commission?
No, so it's
okay, explain this.
Basically, it was a self-imposed thing.
Yeah.
So all of the Hollywood bigwigs kind of got together and decided to make a list. And there's a certain individual that kind of started it. I think, if I'm remembering, it was maybe a congressman or something, but I could be wrong. But they made a list of things that they deemed wholly inappropriate, could never be in there, sometimes okay. So they had kind of a tiered system. Like this is the okay, worst,
yeah.
no. Like, you can't do these things. So a lot of the stuff with the Hays Code, it's not what you notice, it's what you don't notice. So kissing is very awkward. It's literally just people shoving their faces together. People don't kiss like that. They don't.
No.
If you've ever kissed a human in your life, you don't kiss them like that. Try it sometime. It would be very weird. Okay? No human does that. swearing. It's not a thing. You never saw sex on screen. It was always, they're embracing and then it would like pan over to the open window in the moon.
And it would fade out.
Yeah.
And then a train would go through a tunnel.
Stuff like that. Yes. So those are the kinds of things. And it was all sort of, a lot of controversies happening outside of Hollywood, like with real life. Mm-hmm. And they didn't want that to bleed onto the screen. So they decided to self-censor. There weren't really a lot of rules. And this was just in America. Like if you watch like European movies, Europeans are less uptight than Americans,
you watch
guys.
A French movie, there's just like dicks everywhere.
Oh yeah, and even in this era, like they had a little bit of the self-censorship, but not much.
Yeah.
So what happened though in the 60s, this had been going on for like 30 years, some people just started to push the boundaries more. They started to slip in a little swear word here or a little more risque thing there. Mm-hmm. And by the middle end 60s, that's when you started getting the really different Hollywood movies, like the Bonnie and Clydes. You wouldn't have gotten Bonnie and Clyde if the Hays Code was still in force. At some point, they just kind of stopped using it because everybody got brave and tried something new.
Yeah.
And then they replaced it because this was about the time they came up with the rating system. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, one thing just spilled into the other.
And the MPAA is what you're talking about, the rating system. That it is a body of basically studios coming together and says, okay, this is what we deem to be this. This is what we deem to be that.
So it's the same rules.
It's the same stuff. It's categorizing it.
This stuff is okay for everybody.
Yeah.
For a little bit older. Mm-hmm. For older than that. And on up the chain.
And even those rules have evolved with society.
And you can negotiate them.
Yeah.
You have room to argue your case and say, now listen, I followed your rules so that I could get this rating, but you gave me a higher rating than I wanted.
Right.
What have I got to do to get the lower rating? Because I want people to see my movie.
Sure. Because if you get slapped with like an NC-17,
ain't nobody watching
nobody's going to see it.
No.
It's not that nobody's going to watch it, it's that nobody's going to see it because the movie theater chains will not carry it.
Nope.
Places like Netflix and all these other places will probably not take it. There are some NC-17 movies on there.
They're rare.
But it's very rare, and it's got to have some kind of buzz around it.
It's usually very salacious sex.
Yeah. But it can't be graphic because that's just porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically porn without being porn.
Yeah.
That's how far it goes.
It's porn without penetration, to be honest.
Yep.
Is what it is. So, so like you said, you submit your content, your movie, with the expectation we expect to get a PG-13. And they're going to examine it and they think, oh, well, you got one too many fucks in here. You're only allowed one fuck in a PG-13 movie.
If you're very careful.
If you're clever about it, you can slip one in there. You can only have like tasteful nudity. Like Titanic has boobs in it.
And usually it's nudity that advances the story.
Yeah, and it's PG-13.
Yeah.
So you can have that stuff.
Because it advances the story.
Yes. And in rated R movies, you can go almost as far as you want, especially these days. A rated R movie, you can go very, very far and not get NC-17.
Yeah.
Unless your movie is deemed to be like... not when I say pornographic, I don't mean like sex stuff. I mean like gratuitous.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Smith is very famous about his story about him submitting Zack and Mary Make a Porno. That movie is actually pretty damn tame by the consideration of the MPAA. Like there are like war movies like the violence that are included in a lot of rated R war movies is unreal.
There is a world in which that movie, that Kevin Smith movie, could be PG-13.
Yeah.
When you actually watch it, if you cut out all the swearing.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty tame.
It's pretty tame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like his other movie, like Clerks, we watched Clerks earlier in the year in 2021, and there's like a scene of him showing a nudie magazine on screen. Whatever, that's on the screen for like a second. You could take that out.
Yeah.
The only objectionable thing in the entire movie is the swearing, the language. And by today's standards, that's nothing.
God, we're
who
uptight.
Who cares?
We're uptight in this country.
Who fucking cares about that stuff?
That's always my fascination, too, with the rating system, is to go look in the things that were rated R in, like, the 70s now, because they're so tame.
Oh, sure.
But by 70s standards, this was just, clutch my pearls.
Right, and of course, back in the 70s, there wasn't an in-between R and PG.
Yeah.
And going back to the language thing, you know, a movie like Clerks and similar movies, that's how people talk. And if you're some Puritan out there that, you know, you think that swearing is just, it's a sin and you can't, whatever. People talk like that. I don't care where you come from, what town you come from, how big of a city you come from. That's just how people talk. And if you hold back from that, I mean, good on you. Mm-hmm. That's your thing. But don't judge other people for how they talk. So if I'm trying to express myself, I'm going to swear.
We like curse words.
That's why.
You've listened to these 80 whatever episodes.
Yeah, that's why this podcast is tagged as explicit.
Yes.
Not because like we're talking about all sorts of horrendous things. No, we just curse. It's just natural for us.
It's easier than editing.
Self-censorship.
Yeah.
That's a lot harder.
I would be bad at that.
Yeah, so anybody who thinks that, oh yeah, kids shouldn't see movies with swearing. No, you need to teach your children what is and is not appropriate in public settings.
A time and a place.
Yes. I don't go to the grocery store and talk to Betsy like this.
No.
You know, in public.
If you do, you mutter it to me. Like, what the fuck was that about?
What's this with this fucking guy over here?
Look at this fucking guy.
You know?
Look at this fucking guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my point to that. You know, the MPAA can suck my dick for the most part.
We are getting an R rating. You're going to be pushing us to an NC-17. Good God, Trent.
Just don't pull your boobs out. All right.
It's audio. They can't see it.
I'm naked from the waist down. You don't know.
That is not true. None of that is true.
Or is it? You'll never know.
You'll never know.
Unless you're a guest on this podcast.
We'll wear pants if you're a guest on the podcast.
If you want. But yes, I think that's a good place to stop.
It's all going to go downhill from there.
Oh, yeah. Yes, if you want to...
So thank you, Mitch.
Yes, thank you, Mitch. If you want to send us a congratulatory email, send it to neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, neverseenit_pod. And if you wish to contribute to the fund to buy me some pants...
The Pants Fund.
The Pants Fund. Click on the link in the podcast description to go to the Anchor page and figure it out from there. You're smart people. But if you don't want to do that, no big deal. Just share it with your friends. Go on iTunes and rate us. I hear that actually helps.
All right.
Yeah, go on iTunes if you got one of them there, iPhones or iPads or whatever.
Patches.
Eye patches. You got it.
Nailed it.
Yes, please do all the things for us. We will love you forever.
That's right. Well, there you go. So that's The Devil Wears Prada. We'll be back in another few days with another episode of Never Seen It. I've been Betsy.
And I'm Trent.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.